Hey everybody, ronarray here, and I, together with many other players, don't really like to roll tier 17 mobs. Running them could also be hard for some other players too. So today I want to showcase a pretty unusual strategy that you can use to farm a lot of divines in tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 mobs. The whole strategy is very simple, but very effective, and you can do that with almost any build. So you don't need a lot of gear or preparation. I will also share cool tips and tricks how to make it faster and therefore more profit per hour. So check out the timestamps as usual and let's go. So the core elements of the strategy are very simple. We are going to use memories to run them in low tier mobs. And in particular we are going to use the inner memory of harvest beasts to get a set of expensive beasts that we will be able to sell. In the process of running those, we will receive a lot of different types of beasts, but the main ones that we are going to profit from are Vivid Watcher for almost 1 divine price, Wild Bristle Mathron for like 0.7 divines, Vivid Vulture for about 90 kelses, and Wild Hellion Alf for 70 kelses. There's also Wild Bramble Bag for about 20 kelses price, but I sell those only in big bulks. So the memory is an item that generates inner questline on your atlas and provides memory maps that you can run in sequences. The memory of harvest beasts generates 3 such instances. To use the memory, you will need to open your atlas, right-click the memory and choose the first map of the sequence. To activate the map, you will need to talk to Einar and select corresponding dialogue option. So do we need to color, chisel or do anything with the maps? Those maps can be chiseled, colored and corrupted. But for that strategy, we don't really need any of that. Amount and rarity of the beast will not be affected by the map itself, so you can just simply start the map and run it as fast as possible. Another interesting question is why we are running tier 1 or tier 2 instead of red maps. So for harvest beasts, there is no difference what tier the map is when we are going to pick the beasts in. So generally you can run any tier that you like tier 1 or tier 2 will work the same as tier 16. So we are picking lower tiers to pretty much speed up the whole process. Another interesting question is how to make your maps tier 1. So generally, if you have all the void stones, all your maps should be tier 16. So you will just need to take your void stones out. It's very simple to do, you can just hold your control and click it with left. That's pretty much it. So your watchstones are going there and you will have tier 1 maps on your atlas. And that's pretty much when you can start running the strategy. So another important question is which map to run. We currently have 2 options that I prefer myself. So first one is clicking Tropical Island. So you will have 2 options. So Tropical Island, Fungal Hole next, and then Moon Temple or Mausoleum. I think Moon Temple is better than Mausoleum, and Mausoleum is not that good. However, Tropical Island itself is a very good map. And Fungal Hole is pretty straightforward too. Or you can go up, so next map will be Bog, and then Mausoleum again, or Val Pyramid. I think Val Pyramid is not perfect as well, but Bog is a very nice map too, it's pretty straightforward and it's easy to use. You can also try to click dunes if you really like to start with dunes. However, there are chances that you're going to go for armory and then like relic chambers, and I don't really like those maps. And we have a second option here. So you can start with cemetery, because with cemetery you have fields and plateau as options. So both plateau and fields are pretty much very good maps. And cemetery itself is pretty nice too. The issue is it will be like tier 4, so a little more build requirements here, but I don't think it's too crucial. And after fields you will be able to go for Defiled Cathedral, which is not horrible, and from plateau it could be Defiled Cathedral again or Calcium. So Calcium is probably the reason why I don't really prefer that part. If it's going to roll, it's not a perfect map for beasts. However, if you are alright with it, or you will hope that you will roll Defiled Cathedral instead, you can pretty much try to click Cemetery, and it's definitely an option. So, Cemetery, Dunes, and Tropical Island is probably my best picks for first click. So, another important question, how we can get our beasts out to pretty much sell them. So you will need to click H on your keyboard and it will open menu with achievement, challenges and bestiary. Here you can search for your beasts. So for example, if you will just go like vivid, it will show you some of the vivid beasts that you have. So just search them by the names that I already showcased at the start of the video. Check it out. And you can get beast out with Bestiary Orb. You can just click on Bestiary Orb like that and click on the beast, and it will create a copy of the beast like that. The question is where you can get Bestiary Orb is pretty simple. You will need to visit Menagerie, and in Menagerie you can pretty much talk with Einar and just buy them for Chaos Orbs. So just keep some Bestiary Orb for yourself and you will be able to get your beasts out pretty fast. After that, you can just put them to sell, as you already do that with normal items, so not a lot of difference in there. So while you're running the maps, it is pretty important not to overstay when Einar captures the beasts. Beast is considered captured if Einar throws net on it, and you can run away immediately after it. Net is a set of lightning lines around the beast, so when you see it, it's time to run to the next one. You also don't need to complete the map. So you can completely ignore the boss or clearing out monsters or everything else. Just go in, capture all the beasts and go out. It should be very fast strategy to run maps that way. So talking about the prices. Usually I buy Einar Memory of Harvest Beasts for 1.7 divines, and that's a usual price. For that test, I did about 11 memories in an hour, which can pretty much amount for 18.7 divines. So the question is what I received in the process. Right now, that's pretty much all the beasts that I received. The most important part is Vivid Watcher, and there's about 11 of them. Also Wild Bristle Mathrons, as you can see, some of them are dropping too. Vivid Vultures, it could be more, but that's pretty much it. Wild Brambleback is very common, together with even more Wild Brambleblacks, and Primal Sea Scholars. So that's pretty much all the beasts that I received running it, mostly avoiding the beasts that cost like 4 or 5 chaos, because I only recommend to sell those. You can sell other harvest beasts if you want, but pretty much I would recommend to just focus on those out there, because it will give you the most percentage of your profit. So that's pretty much how loot breakdown looks in Path of Exile. Vivid Watchers can bring us 11 divines, because I dropped 11 of them. With Wild Bristle Mathrons we can get about 5 divines. We can also get a lot from Wild Hellion Alphas and a little less from the rest. So at the end I received about 28 divines after 1 hour of running. But genuinely we paid about 18.7 divines per memories, and I think our profit right here should be around 9 divines. It could be closer to 10 in some situations, or a little less than like 8, because Vivid Watcher's amount is random, so it can go up and it can go down, and your profit will depend on that. However, you always will make up profit because price itself is not that high and you will be able to receive a lot of beasts. Some of them are definitely will cost significant currency. So genuinely I would expect that on average around 9 divines profit, maybe a little less or a little more. And that's pretty much what we can see in there as well. So another cool tip that I can give you to pretty much speed up the whole process. You can put your Einar to the map device. That's a very simple trick, because you don't really need to loot a lot, and you can just restart maps constantly when you're going out. So just move your Einar to the map device and click on him every time when you finish the map to just open the next one. It can help you to save at least some seconds when you're finishing and starting all of your memories. However, even such strategy has some downsides. So the main one I think is pretty much it requires investment and trading. You will need to constantly buy memories, which could be time consuming at moments, and prices can go a little up for those. But I'm sure that you will be able to get your investments back. you also will spend time selling all your beasts. And if you hate selling completely, it could be not that good. I recommend to selling beasts and bulk for divines, and it's probably the best strategy right now to make sure you're not spending too much just selling the beasts. Also, that strategy not really dropping a lot of gold, so if your town requires too much of gold, you probably will need to use different strategy to farm that gold before you will be able to just go for the beasts. And the last part, I think it can be a lot of hassle to get the beasts out, because you will need to constantly interact with bestiary. And that could be a part of downside as well for some people, because a lot of menus are not that easy to use. However, I think amount of divines you can make in the process can compensate for all of this. So that's been my video about farming inner memory of harvest beasts. I'm sure it can be profitable and you can do it with any build, while receiving a pretty alright amount of divines per hour, if you can stand amount of selling. Thank you very much for watching guys, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more content, and see you next time.